What's up, everybody? I'm Melanie, and this is the Spiritual Stylist Podcast. This is my first episode, and on my podcast, I really just want to dive into a couple different things, whether that's how to tap into your feminine, how you practice your spirituality with yourself, women empowerment, different stories that happen in the salon. I want this to be a safe place where we can connect and really learn from each other, just like I do in the salon every day. That's really why I started this podcast. I've been telling y'all for a while that should I do a podcast? But here I am doing it. I'm finally stepping into my purpose full force, and I'm so excited. And whoever joins me, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And whoever has supported me, you're the reason why I even am who I am and are able to have this knowledge and wisdom and get to have this platform, and my intention is just to spread the light, to not everybody has somebody in their life that they can talk to on this level. And I feel like, being a hairstylist, and I am the oldest of four girls. So I'm really taking my big sis wisdom and gonna spread it and just see how we connect. I'm gonna have my friends come as guests, some clients who can share some of the amazing stories. I literally have the chills even thinking about it. I can't wait for you guys to hear the magic that happens in my salon. How connected it is crazy. I can't even make it up, but now y'all are gonna get to see it yourself. Got my girls hyping me back here. I love you guys, bro. Oh my God, this is gonna be epic. I'm a little nervous, but not really. I'm just getting out of my comfort zone, and I'm ready to just share my story and hear yours and make this beautiful community and see what it grows into. So, yes, let's keep going. All right, so I wanted to share the story of how I got into hairstyling. First of all, I grew up in Michigan my whole life. I moved here when I was 19. So leading up to my move at 19, right, I was a sports girl. I played soccer my whole life and volleyball, and I always thought that was my future. I just was practice, school, my friends, and then my senior soccer year, I pulled my hip flexor in my groin on the first day of tryouts, and I'd been starting since a freshman, and I lost my spot, and I really didn't get to play the whole season. I thought I was going to go to college for soccer, and I kind of saw my future and dreams crumble before me, but it wasn't even crumbling. At the time, it was the worst thing that happened to me, but looking back, it's what was my rebirth into this salon? Whew, that could even make me cry. Because it's I always thought that was my plan, but it's nah, God really has the plan for you. And so then my mom was what about hairstyling? You've always done all your friends' hair, and I see you as more an entrepreneurial vibe. You can't work for anyone. I don't think you're about to go to school for 4 years. No, I'm not. So I went and toured this Aveda school up in East Lansing, and I loved it. I could tell that I could thrive. I would want to go there. School, I wouldn't want to go. My energy wasn't in there, but I felt the salon, I would want to go there and be present and learn. And even if I didn't, it was only a year of my life, so I could always do something else. So I went to beauty school at Aveda up in East Lansing, Michigan State. So I got that college experience within that year of beauty school, but that was enough for me. And I found my passion and purpose by connecting with people and making them feel beautiful. Getting to make you guys feel beautiful is the best feeling. It literally lights up my whole life. And it's probably why I was meant to do this, because I love making people feel good. I've always been like that. I'm a complimenter. If you know me, you're gonna feel good around me because you're that one. If you're around me, But so moving forward, went to beauty school at Aveda, right as I get out of Aveda, I knew I didn't want to stay in Michigan. It was very closed-minded, not as diverse, and I wanted to be in the sun. I knew once I could choose where I wanted to live, that I wanted to live under the sun. I was voted biggest beach bum in middle school and high school, so it's only right I'm here in Florida now, but I went on spring break down here, right? I had always been to Clearwater or Naples, the other side. I had never been to South Florida, Miami, and I came down here with my friend for spring break just to check it out, right? And I was like, oh yeah, this is the side I need to be on, not the other side. Like, I'm young, 19, no kids, want to hustle. Like, it was perfect for me. So when I was down here, I was like, let me search some salons. So I searched out some salons, and I found this salon on South Beach that had really high prices and seemed like what I thought was like my dream. So I literally went to the salon and asked if I could have an interview while I was on spring break. And the owner was like, yeah, you can, but you need to go find somebody to do some highlights on. And I was like, okay. So I literally walked the streets of South Beach, and I saw this nice lady standing there like she needed some highlights. And I was like, hey, I need a model to do some highlights. Would you let me? And she let me. So I brought her to the salon, did the highlights. The interview went really good. I did not know what I was doing. Literally like 19 from Michigan, and I was just like, here I am in South Beach in a salon, like, what am I doing? But the owner liked me and he liked the hair, and then he was like, yeah, you can have a job. You can have the job as the salon assistant. I was like, okay, I live in Michigan, so I need to go get my stuff together, and then I'll be back in a month. Come back home. My parents fully supported me. Even though, like, I know that it's probably hard that their oldest daughter was moving halfway across the country, but my dad will even tell you, like, I couldn't, like, clip your wings. You were always gonna fly. Like, you had to leave. You had to leave the nest, and I did. Like, that's probably something I'll talk about in another podcast, is actually, like, the benefits of leaving your hometown, because even if it's for a year, bro, like, it will change your perspective on everything. Culture shock, crazy. So went back to Michigan and packed up all my stuff, stacked a little money. I literally came here, I can't even believe this now, with $1,500 to my name. Like, how did I survive? I don't know. But my dad towed my car down here, and we drove, and I actually knew someone from back home, and she had an extra room for rent, which was such a blessing for me. And yeah, so I moved in with her, and when I got here and contacted what I thought was gonna be boss, he told me that he didn't have the job for me anymore. And I literally was like, what? I just moved my whole life to Florida. Like, I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I was just trying to trust the process. So then I started looking for other jobs. Like, in my mind, coming from Michigan, I'm thinking South Beach, Miami, that's where you have to be, even though I was living in like Broward, Miramar. So I found this really nice Aveda salon, and I got hired as an assistant there. And it was definitely way different vibes than I was used to, being from like the smallest town in Michigan, but I was just doing it, trying to fit in and learn as much as I could. And I probably worked there about a month or two. And then one day they just called me and they told me like that I was let go, that I wasn't the right fit for them. And at that time, I was literally like so confused, because I was working so hard and always being positive, but like looking back, it was just because like my vibe, my energy didn't match with theirs. It wasn't gonna align, and it was actually a blessing in disguise again. So then I'm jobless down here again, and I'm like, that's also another thing, is a lot of hairstylists give up because it is hard in the beginning. Like, it keeps wanting to knock you down, but once you get past that knockdown, this is like the best career path. You get to connect with beautiful people every day, make them beautiful, pick your own schedule. So then what happened? So then they let me go. So then I'm like, you know what, let me look around where I'm actually living in Broward. So I saw that this one salon in this really nice outdoor mall was hiring. So I went in for an interview, and it was super casual. But she hired me right on the spot, and I started assisting. And that's where I really learned how a salon works. What does it take to function? And sometimes you want to skip that first step because you really are like, kind of are the bitch like a little bit, but like you have to start out that to have an appreciation for when you get there, right? So I was washing hair, helping people sweep, just learning, connecting, learning about the color lines and stuff, because they don't really teach you that stuff in school. So it was so good. I probably assisted for about a year until I went on the floor. And luckily for me, as soon as I went on the floor, it just started to blossom for me. I got clients and really just started to connect and build my clientele up. And I probably worked at that salon for about 4 to 5 years. And when I was transitioning out of that salon, because you all have your time, like you gotta keep growing. And I knew that I needed to take the next step and that I wanted to work for myself. And the people at my old salon were just not aligning with my vibe anymore. And I wanted to do me, And so I began to start plotting on making my own business, right? But the funny part of it all is how it really came full circle for me. So I'm about to start my own business, right? And I'm kind of plotting a little bit, planning before I leave the salon. And I get a DM from the salon. I get a DM from the same salon. It's 5 years later that I moved down here for. That told me I didn't have a job when I got here. And honestly, the girl running their account or HR probably didn't even know that, obviously. But she reached out to me and was like, hey, I've been seeing your work and we're really looking for a new stylist. We're down here in South Beach. You see you're a colorist and we would love to have you to the team or whatever. And I was like, wow, it's so crazy. You probably don't even know this, but I literally moved my whole entire life down to work for your boss. And when I got here, he told me I didn't have the job anymore. So I will have to respectfully decline that offer as I am moving to my new journey of entrepreneurship and owning my own business. Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna do a podcast about that, of like starting your own business, taking the risk, like entrepreneurship. So we'll stay tuned for that. So, but it's just crazy how it comes full circle, because it's like that same people that I felt like did me wrong or was the reason I wasn't gonna make it, in the end they wanted me, and that's how the world works, right? So then I leave the salon on good terms, because that's how I do things. Did my 2 weeks, let her know I was ready to fly, and they weren't necessarily ecstatic, but she knew like it was coming for me. Like I wasn't gonna be able to work for someone forever. So I left the salon, and then I got my LLC and made my business Hair by Mel. My first shop, it took a little bit, well, I wouldn't say shop, because down here in South Florida, it's like salon suites, right? So I got a suite, but it had take a little bit to like get updated and this and that. So in the meantime, I rented out a spot somewhere, and then once the suite was ready, moved in and started booming my business. And honestly, I've been booked and busy ever since I started my business. I won't say everything is always perfect. It's not always the biggest day, but that's like a part of it that makes it so beautiful. You have to work hard, but like you're working hard for you, like the business that you want to give to these people, So started my own business. Oh, I forgot a major part. I had this girl at the salon who used to work with me, my now sweet maid business partner, Nina, and she wasn't necessarily, she'll tell you this story. I gotta have her come on here. She'll probably tell you the story, but she wasn't ready to leave the salon, but I was like, you need to leave. This isn't serving us. You can do it. Don't be scared. And I'm gonna have her come on and tell the whole story. But she ended up coming with me, and we split the suite, which was good because then it was half of the rent, this and that. I took my clients on one side. We've always had a big double suite, and we work different schedules. So I just really started connecting, and like I noticed such a vibrational change in my clientele once I started my business. Like when I would work at the other salon, sometimes it just wasn't the right energy. Like we weren't a match. And once I started my own business, it was like everybody who sat in my seat, it's not like, oh, you all are the same, but we all are the same because you have that light, you have that open-mindedness, you wanna be better, like beautiful energy, really. So that is one of the things that really changed my life, truly, because I was so in control of my energy at the salon because it was what I was putting out, you know, instead of who knows what's gonna come in, this and that, blah, blah, blah. So I worked there at the salon, at the other suite for about 3 years. And then about 2 years ago, I got this suite. And I just like, you know, we wanted to upgrade. This has a window. It's a lot bigger. Just keep elevating, you know. And ever since I've gotten here, it's just gotten better and better. I love this space. I love my clients. I love the stories we get to share in here. And yeah, my journey is still being written, but last year I went through one of the hardest years of my life. If you know what your Saturn's return is, that happened to me, and I'm gonna speak about that in another podcast of everything that happened, of why I am starting this. But I knew I needed to step deeper. Like I'm gonna do hair, it's always my bread and butter, but I want to like step into my deeper purpose, my spiritual purpose, like more. I wanted more, and not material, just like wisdom, keep leveling up. And I feel like I have so much to say. If you guys have ever got your hair done from me, I'm gonna laugh because it's literally like my church. Like I'm literally teaching not the whole time because everybody's talking, but if someone is open, I'm gonna share the wisdom and knowledge that I have. And I love it because that's how I've learned about different cultures, languages, different careers. That's why I have like this broad conscious perception, is because I've met people of all these different ages and taken all that knowledge and just keep like putting it out, you know? And with this podcast, I really just wanna, like, if life is about one thing, it's about connecting with people. It's not about the end goal. It's about the connections and relationships that you've made along the way and what's got you there, what's made you who you are. And I want to share that and share it for y'all, and just use this as a platform for me to speak my heart, and then also for other people to relate, and just all of us to connect. Another thing I am kind of doing on the side, I did my first one. It was called the Spiritual Sister Circle. And basically what it is like a group of females all connecting in a space and being vulnerable, and a safe place for us to talk about our spirituality, to talk about our religion. If you're religious, that's okay too. Even though I'm spiritual, I have people of every race and religion. I open that. I believe in all of them. They're all just a different part of history, a different time, a different perception, a different point of life, you know? And when you really start to connect that, if you use that for you to connect to the light, to God's source, then that's beautiful. If you use that to shame people and spread hate or fear, then you're missing the point. You're putting a void in between y'all. Like, I just want to say that too, because I know this is called like the Spiritual Salon Podcast, but the Spiritual Stylist Podcast. Whoops. But it, like, you don't just have to be, spiritual crystals. Like, everyone has the spirit. Like, we literally are mind, body, and spirit. Like, your spirit is God, and that is living within you. We each have that, and whatever brings you closer to that, whether you're Muslim, Buddhist, Christian, that is beautiful, as long as you stay educated, open-minded, and don't shame anyone else. So I'm so open, so anyone is welcome here. And I love learning about other cultures and religions. Like, please, sometimes people will come in here and I'll be like, I'm not even saying this like to be like tell me, like, but can you teach me something about your religion? I want to know what you learned. Teach me something about your culture. And I feel like this space that I've created with when there's a bunch of girls in here, it all connects. This one will be a nurse. This one will be going to school to be a nurse. This one just had a baby. This one had her baby a year ago, and we all meet in the center and connect with our past experiences and our relationships and our heart. And that's what I want to show, that this is like so much more than doing hair to me, like literally. And that's what I'm realizing. And that is what this podcast is about. Like, your hair is your crown. Your hair is your highest chakra. These are your antennas that literally connect you to the outside world. If you've seen Avatar, the movie, what do? They connect their hair to the tree. They connect their hair to Awa, because this is your connection. So whoever is touching your crown, you gotta choose that wisely. And when I touch your crown, I'm literally putting all my good energy, love, light, growth. My girls will tell you, when I touch your hair is gonna grow. Like, literally. You guys will see. So I'm gonna talk about chakras in another podcast, because we won't dive too deep today, but little somebody outside. So, and now that I told you guys, like, what is my purpose of this podcast, a little bit about me and my story, and just what is my intention moving forward, I want to just kind of close with why I'm even able to sit here in front of you and do this right now. Why I am finally doing everything for me is I went through one of the hardest years of my life last year, but really it was the best year, because it's bringing me to my highest self. And I realized that masculine energy was ruling my life, whether it was me being too masculine to my sisters, to my partner, just in general. Like, I wasn't walking in my feminine. And through all my trials and tribulations last year, it has really just made me be able to step fully into my divine femininity. And that's really what I want to show everybody. And when you do that, all your energy is within you. Even if you look at my face right now to months ago when I was entertaining like my ex or whatever, I look different, because my energy is not being depleted by a man. I'm not giving to someone who's not giving back to me. And when you do that, when you be the best version of yourself, that's actually how the men around you, your friends, your family, can be the best versions of them. You sometimes gotta leave them where they're at, give them that space so they can have the clarity, and let them realize, you know? And it's not even all about a relationship. I'm gonna talk about it in another podcast, but when you really step in to yourself and put all that energy into you, you honestly can't even really fail. You literally can't, because even your failure, it's still for you to grow. When you are giving your energy to somebody else, to other people that aren't cherishing it, you feel depleted. And now I'm finally in a space, I'm not anyone from my past, and y'all can hear this too if you do. Any man from my past will not have access to me again. Literally. Like, I can't even believe like what I accepted. Like, I always knew that it wasn't enough. And that's what I want to tell every girl. You already know. Everyone already knows. It's when you're in that position and you ask me, hey, is this right? No, that's good that you asked me to get some advice, but you already have the answer within your soul. And I am never steering away from my intuition, ever. I know what it is every time, and I'm not doubting it, and I'm walking in that, and I'm owning it. And if you doubt me, then that's your ego, and I know what I'm saying, and I'm standing on it. And if you don't want to walk with me in this higher light, I'm not holding down anybody anymore. Like, I literally was reborn again. And Steve Harvey said this thing once, and he was about to buy a new car, right? And his mom was like, oh, you're going to get that new car next week, right? And then he's like, yeah, I'm so excited. It's going to be so nice, everything I ever wanted. And then she's like, you're going to get that new car, but your old car is still in the driveway. And then he's like, yeah, like, I'm just going to keep it around. It's fine. Like, I'm going to get the new car in that one. And then she's like, but there's not enough room in the driveway for both cars. So, like, if you want to receive your highest blessing, you literally have to let go of anything around you. And, like, that's what I did. I'm fully by myself. I'm fully single. Any person, friend, man that is not serving my energy and purpose, that is keeping me in this same pattern that I've been in for so long, they're not going with me. I'm stepping into that, and I know what I deserve, and now that I know, my reality is reflecting different. And when you choose yourself, you can't fail. If you choose, you are the goddess or god of your life. You are the one. So when you choose yourself, like, you will always be chosen. There's no other route. And another thing I want to say is, like, this is a little into the love, and I want to talk about that in another thing, but, like, if you're scared of leaving somebody because they're not loving you correctly, but you choose yourself, the universe, God will always reward you with a higher soulmate, a deeper love that you couldn't have even imagined. You can't imagine it now, but you can, because you felt it. And when you do, and just that's where I'm at right now, literally, like, I've had some of the deepest loves that some people will never see, even in their life already. But I know that I still haven't had the deepest love that I can share. And I know that by choosing me and not allowing people to hurt me and around me that aren't matching my morals, that my person will find me. And I don't even want that right now, really. I actually really want to be alone and work on me. Business, workout every day, everything is all for me. But when that man arrives, I'm gonna know it's him, cause I know. but yeah, that's later. Okay, so I'm really just here for me and for you and for this connection. Like, we are the connection, and especially the feminine. Obviously, dudes can totally tap into this. I love y'all too. This is nothing to shame men. And I'm going to talk about the healthy balance of what the masculine and feminine energies look like in a man. I love men. I think they're beautiful, but the feminine, when the feminine heals, it heals everybody. And that's what we're going to show on this, y'all. So I'm so excited, and I hope you guys liked my first podcast. Hair by Mel, the Spiritual Stylist. I'm going to tell y'all, I have, like, a TikTok and an Instagram for my business, and then I have a TikTok and an Instagram for me, my real life. I guess I'm going to post both of them now. I got two sides, spiritual and y'all, the other side, y'all know me. I still got it in me, but it's an alchemy blend of both. So I'm not scared to be myself. I never have, and now I'm fully stepping into that. Like, fully. I've always been the black sheep. If you see all my sisters, if you see where I come from, you guys know that. But yeah, so my hair, Instagram, and TikTok is Hair by Mel with 4 L's. So Hair by Mel with 4 L's. And then my personal Instagram and TikTok is Rastamel with 4 L's. Rastamel with 4 L's. So, yes, we will tap into a lot of subjects, and thank you for watching this if you did and sharing this space. And thank you to my girls behind here. Y'all are gonna see who they are eventually, but like this was literally the best day ever. You guys, I love you so much. Thank you for taking this journey with me, literally. So, yay!